I just got a message from a wise old lady. She asked me a couple of questions. The first one was, do I think that we should have to learn everyone else's language when they come into our country? No, I don't. And it may sound racist, but it's not. This is based on the fact that our business, our politics, our religion, our day to day lives are spoken in English. Since business, politics, and law are in the English language, then a working knowledge of English should be a prerequisite. The second thing she asked me was if I thought it was illegal aliens sucking us dry or terrorism. And I'd have to say that I don't think that it's just because the illegal aliens were sucking us dry, as she put it, or terrorism, although they both had their factor in it. The reason why we're in the straits that we're at now is because oil hit $150 a barrel. We are an energy based society. If we can't get a form of energy at a reasonable price, our economy suffers. You can go back through the 70s, the 60s, whenever our oil, since that is our basic, how do you say, our basic denomination, the price of barrels of oil rise or become scarce, our economy falters. We need to do something different. I've been an advocate for the use of Yellowstone National Park as a huge geothermal power plant. I don't want this
No.
giant, ugly thing that
No, this her mom
sets
had
up
planted
above
it down
ground. No. And I don't want something where some dingbat is going to try and drill into the center of the magna pool. No, that's
there.
not
Good,
a good
good,
idea
good,
either.
yeah.
But if we just move to
Good.
get into the hot rock, 800 to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, then we're looking at dry steam. And that's what you need to run a turbine. You need the dry
Good,
steam
good.
to be able to get the power that you need, especially for the amount of power that I would like to see. If Mr. Obama and the Congress would spend the $1 trillion over the next 10 years, we could not only cut our oil consumption in less than half, we could cut the amount of greenhouse
Yeah.
gases that we put in the atmosphere by hundreds of millions of tons a month. This is something no one that I've seen wants to see. Basically, because they're afraid.
Good, good. So
They say it's a
she's gonna
super
take,
volcano.
she's
Well,
gonna
that's why
drop
you
it
drill
down.
there, because that's
Or she,
where the energy is. You have to take care. But if we don't find a cheap, inexpensive, readily available amount of energy, we aren't going to get anywhere. We're going to be stuck with oil, natural gas, and coal. Clean coal, clean
oh
coal
yeah,
is
yeah.
like saying intelligent politics. We haven't seen any of that lately. We haven't seen it in a long time. They try hard, but although they have the best of intentions for the most part,
Oh.
they don't succeed in doing what needs to be done. Think about it. All the people would go to work. The steel workers would go back to work. But let's not let these guys just turn it over to someone. make sure that the government sells units of energy to the power plants based on their consumption and the megawatts that they put out. This money goes into the government in lieu of our taxes. We make sure that they know that there should be a permanent fund set up for the people of the United States.
Tiny.
Something like what Alaska has for its
Oh.
citizens because they're drilling oil. They take them out of the tax money and they put it into a permanent fund. So I asked the question,
Oh.
since it is a national park, this is a national resource, why can't we put that into a permanent fund? This could actually replace Social Security at some point. It could even make it so that we pay for electricity and not taxes. And what do we base this on? Why not base it on the price of oil in the 1970s? And this is how you sell it to the company who's producing the electricity before they sell it to us. And they must base their electrical power prices on that when they're selling it to us here in the United States. Now, if you sell it to Canada, Mexico, or anywhere else, you can sell it at the world market price. But here, you have to sell it at a price that's based on the 1970s. And I don't want to hear any of this, oh, well, we're bringing it up for inflation. No, the straight price in dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this would do a lot of things for us. Most smelters use inductive heating coils to get their heat. They need electricity to do this. They don't make giant fires. So think about it. Oh, and by the way, when you're blaming everyone for what happened to our economy, look at the price of oil. I told some people a long time ago, over a year, that if we ever hit $150 a barrel, that price would find all the chinks in our economic armor, and anything that was wrong would be found at that point in time, because everything would start to collapse like
So he never
a stack of
remarried
cards.
her brother then.
So, as much as you want to blame Bush, much as you want to blame Congress, as much as you want to blame anyone, I think you better start looking at the oil traders. Because what has really happened between the time that was $150 a barrel or $80 a barrel and now? Is the world more stable? Are there fewer wars? Are they producing more oil in these countries?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's true. You know, a lot of
So
people
think
don't
about
get
it.
their degrees in the, late 20s.
It was the people who were trading oil futures who got us into this mess.
Well, yeah, but
Their
it's
greed.
not a lot of people unless you're.
Thank you
going
for your
into
time.
Dad's company or something.
I hope
like
you can sit
that,
through this whole video.
Most people, they go to
Good night.
college and then